watched our last live that we did, because I think Jane was after us.
Yep.
It was about that kindness piece. And we're kind of going to be continuing that on a little bit, but maybe in a different perspective as well. We came across this post the other day, and I'm going to read to you because otherwise I'll mess it up. But it was pretty profound for us because it's so true where everybody's at right now and where we fall in, and what our purpose is make sure that we really go along with this life changer piece and take the opportunity to help people where we can. So the phrase was, we are not all in the same boat. We are in the same storm. Some have yachts, some have canoes, and some are drowning. Just be kind and help whoever you can. And that is so very, very true these days. So before we get into the depth of all of that piece, we'll go through our regular stuff here, which is the hashtag holy jumping tuna fish, or the little tuna fishies. If by any chance something comes up that you think, yes, that's it, or resides with you, or it is something you find super powerful, throw in that hashtag holy jumping tuna fish, because we do like to know what's sticking, what's going through for you guys.
Yes.
So we like to know those pieces. And then, of course, as I always say, share, because sharing is in fact caring. And that's what we can do these days. So do share this out, because we really think everybody needs to start getting some positive messaging going on as well, because man, this is a heavy place to live these days. So we want to start sharing things out so we can get the positive stuff going too, not just the negative rigmarole that keeps happening. And then, of course, almost lastly, is the hashtag that we are life changers.
Because we are, you are, we are, our horses are, our dogs, everything in our life. We are life changers.
That's right.
And have to stick together through this storm to be able to weather the storm, to be able to move forward through the storm, however which way, because we all know no matter what, the world will never be the same again.
Yeah.
Like once a change this dramatic has taken place, you know, it's like sometimes people, they want to say, I wish I could go back then. You can't ever go back then because the past is now done. So what we thought was normal before will never be normal again, because it can't be, because the change is so huge, and where we all are at, and the unsafety of how we all feel, and segregation, and all of these pieces that are affecting not just human hearts and souls, but affecting this. And here's the part, as a human being, we have a beautiful brain, like we really do. And we have that prefrontal cortex, not like horses. So it is cool that we have the ability for both. But when we overthink so much, and then it creates our bodies with anxiety, this is a hard place to live, because you're trying to figure out what is making logical sense in your brain. And it's hard to kind of get back to our intuitive piece, because our brain is taking over so much. And I feel that's for a majority of us, except for all of you who are very gifted in meditation.
Yeah. Keeping it real, staying in your moment, being mindful.
Exactly. That's very much so a gift to be able to get to there. And I know we can all do that, but you know, sometimes you got to have the patience to do that meditation piece. I'm thinking I'm a solid 5 minutes, but I do realize 5 minutes of meditation is not what it takes to really feel more grounded in who it is that you are. But I do have something cool, all of us life changers, because I want you to know I have a therapist, because therapy is important at this time. So who is my therapist? That's right.
What does it say? Cute? My therapist eats hay.
Oh, I don't even know how to do it there. There we go.
Yeah, you got it.
Isn't that good? That's
nice
right.
Job.
My therapist, because seriously, they are my therapists.
Yeah, they are. And, you know, even with this life changer thing too, I think once we recognize that we have life changers in our lives, and that we got to take a little more responsibility for that piece as well. So whether it's controlling your attitude or behavior, whether it's the information that you are putting out there to the world, whether it's how you are treating yourself during all these times, it is time for all of us to step up as life changers and take responsibility for that too, because it is a big responsibility that all of us should take on as well. I see we got a few people commenting already. We got Lenore, Brittany, Flo's on, Brenda's on.
Hello, long time.
Yes. So
love it.
Please do throw in your name and where you're from. We always like to know who's watching with us as well. And if you guys don't know who we are, my name is Carolyn Charles. I'm the Director of Sales and Marketing, as well as an instructor and facilitator for the Equine Connection, the Academy of Equine Assisted Learning, Inc.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Fulmack, the founder of the Equine Connection, a master instructor globally helping humans just like you working with horses in a completely different way, but maintaining the welfare of the horse at the foundation of our certification, because it's actually the horses, my therapists, who actually help the humans to make changes within themselves. And it really is one of the most humbling things when you see a
Grounding.
horse tell a human something needs to change, and the human says, yeah, I do have to do that, or what if I did this? And they're talking to the horse and they make the change. And then the horse, because the number one thing a horse needs to feel is safe. That's right. And then the horse follows, or the horse backs up, or the horse comes into them. It is such a privilege to be a part of living beings making these move forward motions. Is that even the right way to say it?
Forward motions in their lives,
Forward
taking
motions.
the steps to move forward in their own lives.
It really is absolutely stunning. So I do agree that horses are our therapists, and for all of us horse lovers out there, and pony lovers, and the equine world lovers, and I love dogs and cats too. However,
Yes.
for the prey animals, it really is exciting because we do know how much a horse gives to us, because they keep us in a more grounded, calmer place, and someone to talk to versus them talking back at you or to you. And I do have to tell you, one thing I've taken on in being kind and understanding what I need to do in the world for either freedom or for fighting for kindness, for what it is that we all do, and because we all live here, we're all these living beings living together, is anybody who makes anything a mean comment on Facebook, they're deleted now.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
No, because I just thought, it's too much when we're all heavy feeling, and we all are. Why being so mean? Like, there's no need to be mean to anybody. It's okay that, let's say, Lenore has a different opinion than Flo. It's okay. We don't have to be mean.
No.
And we can even say, you know what? I might disagree with you because this is what I think, or this is what I found, or this is what I've led. But that means still two living beings having a nice little convo without being mean. But some of these people are very mean to each other. And it's like, no, you're gone. Because why? Then it keeps my sanity alive. And really, how many friends do we really need?
Well, and I think if you take a look at this, the yacht versus canoe versus drowning thing, take the opportunity to sit back for a second before sharply responding, to think, okay, where is that human being right now? Because if that human being is drowning, maybe the reaction coming from you will be a little bit different than it is if you think that you're in a yacht, or you know what I mean? Like, take the opportunity to really try to set yourself aside for a moment to think it is okay somebody else has a different opinion, and it is okay for me to have my own opinion too. We're entitled to it. However, you don't have to be a nasty sassafras when you go and write back to all these people. We got Julie on here, Joanne, Clara, good morning, Casey from Grand Prairie.
Clara, we are going to see you pretty soon for your certification. This is exciting. You know that old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones?
Yeah.
But words will never
hurt me.
Isn't that so false? Now that we're in this world, I think I'd rather get hit by a stone than some words. Words are huge to us as human beings. And when there's really consistent meanness going on, it hurts our living being in here, which makes it shoot to our brain to double think, am I worthy? Am I not a nice person? Am I not seeing things? Like, it really is amazing how words can hurt us to our core.
They matter. Well, and you think about when that phrase came out, the sticks and stones thing, that was a long time. Like, that's been around for forever. That was when you could escape words, right? Like, if you got bullied at school, when I was a kid, you went home and the bullying wasn't there anymore. Now a kid gets bullied at school, they get home, and on Facebook or on Instagram or whatever these kids are on these days, it's still there, right? There's no escape from these foul words, and the words that pack meaning, whether you think you're behind a computer screen or not, and that they maybe wouldn't that way. I don't know how that would work, but
I don't know.
But back then you could escape some of those words.
That's
now
true.
There's no escape.
No.
It's just pure inundation. And if we keep going with this negativity piece, we are literally changing the world around us to be a negatively charged place. And that is not a good place for any of us to be right now at all.
So we got to stick together on the
Yes.
big boat. Let's call all of us in our tribe, as we are all life changers. You, me, your mom, your daughter, your son, your animals. We're all life changers. We're in the same tribe. So let's be on the same big ship.
To make the island.
Because, or the
foundation,
island.
something strong.
Absolutely. Guys. Because we are in this together. And the more we can stay strong and understanding, some maybe tips that we can even do to help each other. Because heck, I swear, like, I'm one of the most positive human beings that I've ever known.
Almost annoyingly so.
Right?
Yeah.
And I have to say, it's huge stuff because we're all feeling it. And, you know, here we always talk about that prefrontal cortex. And with horses, again, they can only think, act, and respond like a horse. But a horse compared to a human, one of the most feeling of beings, because they have to feel through that stimulus and those senses that are happening if it's a time to take flight. With humans, see, this is where we have that challenge within us. Do we stay? Do we fight?
Yeah.
Do we run? Do we hide? Like,
nobody knows what to do.
Nobody knows what to do, but at least for
even our basic instincts don't know what to do. Like, we can't even go to that place of like fight or flight for ourselves because nobody knows, right?
Exactly. And I was thinking, you know, even though horses are known as, again, that most feeling of beings, I think us humans too, because I know globally we all feel the heaviness of, you know, human beings, the suicide, human beings with addictions, human beings who are feeling isolated, the seniors who are by themselves. Like, there is heaviness and we're all feeling it. Every positive, non-positive person in the world is feeling the heaviness of what's happening. So I do agree with you on that energy piece is around us on a constant basis.
Well, and we know that we can change that around us as well, right? Like, you know, it's what you always tell your kids. If you get up and you think that it's going to be a great day, it will. If you get up and think it's going to be a crappy day, guess what?
It will.
Yeah, because we make our own futures that way as well, with depending on their attitude that we have for the day. So when we're waking up every day and we're heavy and our brains hurt and we don't know what else to do,
you get bags.
It's so many bags. Oh my goodness gracious! But it really is. You know, we are the actual people who can change our future. That's us, every single one of us. When we say we're life changers, we mean our own life, we mean everybody else's, we mean in this moment, we mean 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to take on, but we do have that power, and it's always so beautiful to remember.
Flo Sampson, well, how the heck are you, darling? It's been a long time since we've seen you.
And Janice, thank you so much for joining us at all. We really appreciate that comment.
Absolutely.
Just thank you for the video. Flo, just heard something yesterday. When you don't recognize your own inner demons, pain, insecurities, it eventually gets shot out into your reality and projected into the world, and it's not okay. So true. And one way we need to understand it so that when someone externalizes negativity, they are overfilled with it. On the other hand, all we can do is set boundaries and stand strong. Just say, no, not okay, and won't respond to it. Horses do that exactly. They stand in there, no. So true.
I love that.
Because you come in like that with a horse, toodles.
Yeah, they're like, out of here, you know, not safe.
With the life changers piece of it as well, and understanding different people are coming from different places. The one thing that we have are these programs. I think it's something that has brought us, it's filled our bucket every single time too, because the groups that we work with, we get to see those changes. We get to see all those pieces, but we know we're making an impact in somebody else's life in a positive way. And we have that opportunity to see that happen regularly, where somebody is getting something great out of every day that they come to join us. And I think we can always thank the horses for that piece too, because they're the catalysts. They're the ones who bring it all together for people. So they do have that feeling, even if just the hour and a half that they're here, they're safe. They're comfortable, they're grounded, they're learning, they're moving forward. It's a way that when they leave, they can feel better about what they've done for that day, and that they've done something different for themselves as well. So I don't know, equine assisted learning is so freaking phenomenal, you guys. You know, it's just so good.
And it's just so bizarre that we can even call it like a job.
Yeah, right.
Because it's like, isn't a job supposed to be? Yeah, exactly.
Aren't I not supposed to want to go in the morning?
Yeah, exactly. And we're just like so full of that passion to be able to bring forth our beautiful creatures with our programs to be able to help them get stronger in life, even if it's stronger in life for that moment. I know one of our ladies the other day, she had said, I choose to be the observer right now. And I thought, isn't that valuable for even what's happening in our world? So she chooses observer because she said, when I'm not feeling safe, because that's that fear piece coming in, she said, I need to stand back and observe what's happening. And I'm like, that's such a brilliant parallel to actually what's happening in our own life. Sometimes we're not observing first before we step into that zone.
So true.
And it's so wise that a human would know, I don't feel safe with 1,200 pounds. She was very clear. She does not feel safe. So I need to see and observe how this horse is going to move, how he's going to talk through his body. And that gave her a better sense of being grounded and feeling safe in her own skin because she chose to observe it first. Yeah.
Even starting to recognize some of those little things. I'm going to read just Flo's comment because I think you guys got to see the first part of it, but not the last. So it has been a reality check for me. We don't have to be perfect to help others. True that.
No.
True that.
True that, sister.
Yeah. We take others on our journey to become happy humans. We do not project onto the world, but deal with our own shit. Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
The Code Browns.
Yeah. Well, and I was just going to say, even one of the girls we had yesterday. So we are losing our Geordie next week, and
our curly horse. We should have shown you a picture of him. We actually even a couple of years ago, there's an organization who will replicate your animal into a stuffy.
Yeah.
And it looks just like Geordie.
And it's amazing.
But yes, we do have to say goodbye.
We do. And it's the right thing to do, but it's obviously a very hard thing to do. So we brought him in because we're going to bring him in for his last 2 programs this week. And we brought him in with the girls, and there was flies bugging him. And he actually laid down to ground for the ladies. And one of the girls she just couldn't stand to see the flies bugging him. So she was swatting away the flies, and just having such stunning and beautiful empathy for Geordie, just wanting to make sure he was just so comfortable in that moment as well. And it was funny because in the debrief, we brought it back in, and just to the point of, isn't that like life? I mean, life, you are constantly swatting away the flies, right? You are always taking that. There's always something that's coming in to distract you from the moment that you're in or anything else, or there's always those pieces. And she really kind of let that sink in for a minute and thought, yeah, no, I can get rid of all of these flies and the annoying pieces and the things that set me off my path in my own life. And just from her showing that empathy to a horse, she was able to bring that back into how she can show that same empathy to herself and compassion. Which is huge, right?
And again, we didn't do that. No. This is why we love equine assisted learning, because it's through the power of understanding how that horse is teaching and what that horse is bringing to that human, that the human comes up with their own thoughts, own feelings, and own way to move forward in their own lives. So it's empowering humans to make their choices, to come up with the answers that match for them through what that horse is doing. So it is pretty profound when you see humans being able to make changes because of a horse versus a human. So here's how kind our horses. Horses are clear on one thing. Their number one thing is they have to feel, that's right, safe. So even knowing as humans and living in that heaviness, if they're not feeling safe, they're going to scooch away or they're not going to come with us. There's that innate feeling that I know something is off and it doesn't feel right to be able to do that as a prey animal. So it's so profound to be able to have these living creatures in our lives who are even helping us. As we're trying to keep that kindness piece, because kindness is the only thing, well, not the only thing, but one of the greatest things that we have as a human to do unto others. And I always do unto others as you would have done unto yourself.
Should be a basic rule of life.
Whether you have faith in God or whether you have faith in Mother Nature, whatever your faith is,
yourself.
But that is so profound, because I don't think anyone would say such mean things if they used that simple little line as they're going through and doing things. And really, we shouldn't be living in Facebook or Instagram or TikTok world anyways. We should be going outside and trying to get some breath into us so that we can think better versus watching everything.
Yeah.
Right.
But stick with us.
Yeah.
Watch us still.
Well, yeah, because we're only on every now and then.
Weekish.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's interesting that you even say that, do unto others, because there's different verbiage for it. But throughout majority of all religions out there, that is an aspect of it, in treating others as you would like to be treated. So it doesn't, that's something, it's being kind. It really is, because that's all you want in return, right? If you want respect, you got to give respect. If you want someone to trust you, you got to be able to trust them back in a lot of ways too. So there's all those reciprocal things in life that we really do need to keep thinking, how, whatever I'm typing right now, and I say typing because a lot of this is happening nastiness on the internet. Whatever I'm typing right now, how would I feel if someone said it to me? Just stop for the quick minute and put that in. Flo, thank you very much for that as well. She said, so sorry, feeling for you guys. The hardest thing to do. Heartfelt hugs. You were such awesome role models. And he offered so much love to all of the humans he met.
Okay. Thanks so much, Flo.
Yeah. We'll talk next week about that.
Yeah.
No, maybe the week after. I don't know.
Okay. Yep. Thank you so much.
Oh, I needed to hear this. I've been a hermit through this period. We feel you, sister. It's hard.
Alrighty then.
But this is where it's so
funny.
Each other.
Even this tier thing, I have not, like where I am right now, to stay in my mode that I have to be in. I have to be more in a fight mode with all the kindness in the world, but it has to be in a fight mode. So I haven't had any, I haven't even wanted to have a tear fall because I need to stay in this mode. And then when my youngest daughter left yesterday, I bawled like from my toes. And now I'm crying because of the Jordy thing too.
Yeah.
So thank you. Maybe I needed that tear to fall because he is so special. And we'll do an amazing video on him as well.
Yes.
And share that out on Facebook for everybody because he has blessed so many people with being grounded in his teaching and what he has done for others. So we'll definitely do that.
It's a pretty amazing guy.
Okay. Whew.
Somebody else commented too that they thought we were in two different places. No.
Oh, really?
Just the background. See?
Oh, that's hilarious. Maybe we should always do it like this then so that they can see both.
That we're
so
maybe that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. We're here.
touch.
No. We spend more time together than we do with anybody else.
It's so true.
So yeah, with this kindness thing, if you guys are, anybody who's listening to, throw in your ways that you are utilizing kindness these days too, because we really need to share different ways we can do it. And whether it's, you see somebody on the street who needs some food and you bought them a sandwich, or whether it's you decided to say a kind word to somebody or say, hey, I really like your hair, or what is it that you're doing to even be kind to yourself. So yeah, definitely put it in the comments there as well. Can you please post the stuffy company? Yeah, what was that? Pets
something. I know. Does that help?
Oh, I'll have to look it up and put it in the comments there. But it was pretty awesome.
I'm just trying to find this little note that I had put down because I thought, this might be something that we could all just do, and maybe even just to self. I don't know, but I wrote this a while back because it really, I'm always trying to figure out when a challenge or an obstacle or a problem comes our way, and we are in a problem in our world. That's guaranteed. Mine is always, what's the opportunity in the problem? So, and don't get me wrong, some days, just like being a mother, I want to say, because I told you so. You don't argue with me. It's because I said so. You're not always in that mode of, well, let's just talk it out for a moment, right? That's quite lovely too.
Tears are so releasing. Let them flow.
It is so true. Thank you so much, Brenda. And you are absolutely right. Because that oxytocin, is that what it is?
I think so.
That does make our human bodies feel good. But here's the thing. If you can't cry, you can't cry at the time. It's so bizarre how when that tear just needs to release, it needs to like totally escape instead of, like you say, fighting. You don't want to fight it back because it's supposed to come out of our system at that time.
It's funny because yesterday I had a bit of a clump in the throat about the Jordy thing, but Jordy's my heart. Like, I love that guy.
Her heart horse.
He's my heart horse, and it's going to be so difficult, but I'm not at that place yet. I don't know.
No.
I don't know what's going to happen next week.
We have to be strong.
Fall to pieces, but I think I just know it's so right for him, and that it's the least selfish thing we could do. And it's going to suck beyond belief, beyond absolute belief that he won't be here anymore. But it's not about us, it's about him.
The one thing, I'm sorry to interrupt as
It's
you
okay.
said that, but the one thing that helps me, I have a lot of great faith personally, just myself, but I like the faith with the science, because I'm very much so science and research. Like, that's what our whole certification is on, is science and research, because there can't be anything fluffy. Fluffy, I know it's nice, but fluffy doesn't stay with us compared to something that's really solid.
It feels good at the moment.
It feels good at the moment. So when we really started getting into this, how really our horse is the teacher, and then we got into the science piece and the research and how horses literally are in the wild, that we can bring them into domesticated world. Mine from Finding Nemo. The research piece. I have to tell you, humans, the problem right now, what's the opportunity? My brain, it doesn't seem to work like it used to work. I don't know what it is.
You're going with the energy can't be created nor destroyed.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much.
You're
so
welcome.
Thank you for bringing that back. So when I understood that piece, that energy cannot be destroyed
nor destroyed. Everything that is has always been.
Oh, exactly. So every time when I'm with an animal, this will be Carolyn's second time with me with horses, because it's huge when a horse goes down. It really is, compared to holding your dog or your cat in your arm. Yeah. But my heart and my brain always goes to, remember that energy that's in them, though, has to leave. It's just the body that's left. Yeah. But the energy has to go, because that's what science is. It's proven. The energy cannot be destroyed. So we know it's gone somewhere. And I think that always brings some reassurance to who it is that we are.
I think, whether you believe in, it doesn't matter what you believe in, right? That if it's a reincarnation, or if it's heaven, or, they're going over a bridge, whatever you believe, knowing that energy, scientifically based, energy cannot be created nor destroyed, just means that they're always there. Their energy, that piece that you love, the piece that you care about, it's not the body, it's the energy. It's the piece of them that gave you everything that you need, or you gave them, and that stays. That's the piece that still exists and always will. And I think that's such a comforting piece, because they're not gone. It's just different.
And you can still move forward with that energy component. I like that. I swear, I sometimes sit on my front porch, and all of a sudden, even as I'm having a beer with Sid, I will see all of the dogs and the horses. Like, I see a gathering of all of this energy of such beauty and the love that they gave to us and us to them. So it is kind of cool when you see these things. Did you have something?
Yeah, Lenore's so sweet. So she just recently lost her Shih Tzu, which I'm so sorry to hear that. And she said she cried and cried and cried for days, and I completely feel that too. And then she said she had to get eye drops and Tylenol for the pain that it caused. It lost all the natural oils in her eyes from crying so much. Get natural gel to your drops. So important. If you cry that much, it might not be a bad idea. I don't know how next week is going to go. So yeah, that's beautiful.
Next week? Do I not know something? Oh
my God.
See? Do you see my brain? No work. We are talking about Jordy.
Yeah.
And my brain went somewhere else. Anyhoodle.
Yeah.
I found this idea I had wrote down. So I don't know if this might help you, for any of the humans that are in your life that might need it, even a stranger, even if you think of making a whole bunch of beautiful notes to strangers and you put it in an envelope, you see anybody, just hand them this note. But I had wrote down all the people that I wanted to do this with. And how I was starting it is, you make my life beautiful, because what I have learned from you, and your gift is blah, blah, blah. So that's how I was going to do it. And I was actually just telling Carolyn the other day, I think for Christmas this year, there should be no material things whatsoever, because again, material, where we are in this world, it is so not about anything that's technology, that's material, that's anything. It's about what we feel. So I was kind of saying, I think what we should do, put up a Christmas tree, have a supper if we actually can. But maybe we shouldn't spend money, but maybe what we should do is put the time and the effort, start now, into writing to the humans in our life that do mean so much to us, and to why, because that will take lots of time, lots of energy, lots of effort. And I think words are one of the greatest things that we can do for human beings right now.
That's so true.
Is giving them a word, just giving them something that they can live off of.
I love Flo's comment here. No matter what happens, I also pause before responding. What is the most loving way I can respond to this person or situation? Listen to your heart. Last week, went into the city, and on my way, I just got a thought. I bought 20 single flowers and gave them away randomly to whomever the universe brings into your path. It has made me cry and smile at the same time. The difference it made in my day and the people's day, without planning, without expectations. Ask your heart to talk to you and follow its lead. Magic happens, just like watching you a gift. Oh, I love that.
That is a stupendous idea.
Yes.
Now, see, that makes me want
magic
to.
happens. That makes my heart so happy right now, because it does exist in this world. I don't care what anybody says.
Of course it does. Look at all of us. We're all life changers. We're here being kind and loving and caring to each other. So of course it exists.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe mean people are just hired. And they just go on to all
they're all hired actors.
I don't know. It just seems so bizarre. I don't go out anywhere, so I'm not going to be able to do the flower thing. But I want to do the flower thing. But maybe you think I could convince Sid to buy the flowers to hand out?
Is just, even if you could go to places like drop them off at seniors' homes to be handed out or something like that, just like a little tag on them, because I feel bad.
That is beautiful.
Like, a lot.
If you're allowed to.
Well, you can drop them off with them and have like a little note that I just, wanted to give you a smile for the day or anything else, or leave them on people's doorsteps that are having a hard time without even a note or anything else. No. Just a flower for you to make your day better, rather than having it to be like, from me. Just have somebody feel better about their day. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Okay.
The best part is that the flower shop I bought them from, they were so excited too. Oh, I love it. See, that's beautiful.
These are feel-good
Random
stuff.
acts of kindness, people.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yep, I love it. This has been a good one, actually.
It really has. So we're on the same island.
Yeah.
We're traveling together in the ship, the boat, the dinghy.
Yeah.
But we are together. And I think the more that we can come up with these beautiful ideas, because you know what? Even the flower idea, I love that, because it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Like we still got to make ourselves feel good. And a cup of tea, it ain't doing it anymore. You can't just have a cup of tea and relax and say, I feel great. No, because you feel everybody. I know we're all feeling that. We're feeling the world, and we're feeling all these human beings, and the crying and the sorrow and the isolation. So this is a beautiful way to connect. Oh, I know.
Like, they're going through the roof. Why? Because none of us know how to deal with this, let alone people who are still trying to deal with their regular life, dealing with an addiction or something like that in the first place. Like, it's scary stuff for a lot of people out there. Not everybody's got the yacht, right? There's a lot of people out there who are drowning, who are treading water, and we need to be the ones to help just throw them a buoy for a minute, right? Like something.
I do have a super positive note on the addiction piece, though, because, you don't know Sid, but Sid is my hubby. So his son, Mark, which I know he'd have no problem me mentioning, he is an addict, and he's been an addict for, I guess most of his adult life, but he had even started in his teenagehood. So it got really bad with the opioids. So of course he's tried many times, didn't work, tried, didn't work, didn't work. Of course, now it does work. Now he has been sober with his drugs for, I think it's over 2 years now. Mm-hmm. He continually now goes with like-minded people. Here's the key in sticking together. Like-minded people. So he still goes in for that therapy piece on a regular basis, and he still goes in for group conversations, blah, blah, blah. He says to me the other day, I don't know where it was that we were, but he said, this is the greatest place I've ever been in my life, with even the world feeling like it is through the chaos of everything. I now know how to control my anxiety. There has not been one time where I even wanted to go to the drug, because I'm so solid. Aww. And where I am, I'm like, that's so amazing. Of course I had to hug him for that one, because that's phenomenal to
He found
be in
his tribe.
chaos.
Yeah.
That's right. And with all that anxiety, that now that he understands how to deal with it and he is hanging with like-minded people, it has made a huge difference in his life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think having the people to support you, and when you think about like-minded people right now, we're not talking vax, non-vax, or all of that other crazy stuff. Like-minded people is people who believe in people.
Exactly.
Right?
No
That's like-minded
segregation,
people.
no discrimination. That is the beauty of being on that same island.
Yeah, that's the island, is
Yeah.
the one that believes that human beings, every single human being has a purpose on this earth, and every single human being has value. That's where we need to be continually thinking. And that's where we turn into life changers to be able to help each other out.
Yes.
And that is such an achievement. So proud of him. Support the system. It's pretty amazing. Like he's fought hard.
And anyone who goes from being an addict to becoming sober and always having those steps in place, because it is beyond so hard. Like, and no wonder so many people fall off the boat, because look at what the world is. And the world is hard. The world was hard before.
Hells yeah.
Every day the world is hard. But holy jumping tuna fish. That's a Bitmojicon right there.
Yeah, these are jumping tuna fish moments.
These
here,
are
people.
exactly.
That's where we're at. Is jumping tuna fishes.
You bet.
All around our island.
Yes.
Yes.
I like this little island.
Me too.
The island of love.
Right now, I want to live there.
I do too.
Yes.
With a lawn chair and in a bikini. Sounds really nice.
Well, regular bathing
not
suit, personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bikini.
And a pina colada, por favor.
All
right.
There we go.
This is a 24/7 conscious journey.
Right.
So true. And conscious. Be mindful. And when you
Yes.
recognize that those words, I still go back to Bonita, that speaker that we had, who her kids, 3 of her 4 kids had passed away all in one accident.
That was
the biggest
that farm
thing,
accident in Alberta, and she came and she didn't come. She Zoom spoke with us at our conference.
The biggest thing she said after all of that is that words matter. The kindness of others mattered to her, and how people reacted to her and her family, because it could have gone a different way. But she kept saying words matter. And I think that has stuck with us so hard after that, because every single words matter. They have power. They have energy that they bring with them. And then you have the ability to bring somebody up or take somebody down just with your words. And if we keep that consciously in our mind, maybe we'll choose our words a little bit more carefully.
Darn tootin' gluten.
Gluten.
And that's a different word, but that's okay. Because it comes with the love.
That's right. And the tuna fishies.
Okay, so one more thing, and then we'll head out.
We forgot about that. We'll head out. Pack her in.
Well, here's the funny thing. Like, seriously, I don't go nowhere.
No.
Like, because there's nowhere to go. So I don't go anywhere. Carolyn, you more or less just kind of go home, but then you have to go to guides. And so when we go, you do have guides still. We just go back to the business table to work, and then we get to go work with horses today, because that's what we get to do every day, is work with horses. And on that beautiful note, we do have a beautiful Black Friday event happening. If any of you want to check it out, if you've been contemplating, I do want to do this certification so bad. I want to help human beings to be able to move forward, because they all need us. Every single human needs us, because their wellness is being taken over. There is no wellness in there. So we need the horses to help as many people as they can, so that they can get healthier and stronger inside. So it's a Black Friday event, and we
recognize it's not Black Friday, but we're doing it early because we want to.
Yeah, we are doing it early, and it is for a very specific reason, because we don't want to be in the same group as when all of it is happening, because we feel always that we as life changers need to be at separate time zones.
We're making our own Black Friday dog.
Darn tootin' gluten.
Yeah.
Again, I use that
all
word.
about the glutens today.
So it is with your certification, and just for those of you as well that, maybe you can't travel because, traveling just isn't, let's say, an option for you. We've definitely thought about you guys as well. What are you doing?
Do it. Get certified. It's free.
Free. But we have created it so you don't have to worry about the travel component right now. We have created a whole bunch of new ways that you can still run your business, even if you can't get to us with the 3-day hands-on training, because we want to make it fair for
we must change too.
Everybody. And then at a point, even though the world will be different, it will be changed. But when we can again be together, you can have your option to come to any of the 3-day hands-on training. But we're giving away the Family Herd series, which is a value of $697 for until October the 4th with your certification.
Yeah, it is.
And the reason why we're doing that is because no matter what's happening in our world right now, the one thing that we can all do, being an entrepreneur, being self-employed, many of us are having to choose a different vocation because some of us might be getting fired or we don't know what we're going to do with our life, or even going to work creates anxiety beyond belief.
There's a huge employee shortage here right now, even. Like it's a weird little place we're living in.
So it's so nice because you're creating your own business you can just do it for families, because at least we can work with families, even a household at a time, because all of these programs and exercises are designed for one family.
Yeah.
So whether that family be a family of 3, a family of 5, it doesn't matter. They're all for the one family, because it makes it easier for us as facilitators to be able to look after. Well, if you're looking after one family, you can be looking after really 3, 5, 6 minds and mental wellness and mindfulness and having that compassion and working together, because they all need to be strong as a family too. So anywho, check it out. Don't want to go into it too far, but we are doing that.
Where do we send them to check it out?
Facebook, or you can just message us.
Yeah, maybe that's easier, because I don't actually know off the top of my head. Flo, I love your comment here. Only the first bit shows up. But in the 6 years since my complete burnout, my certification is the top best decision I made, the most important investment I've made in myself and my humanity. Oh, we love you, Flo.
We love you. I want to hug and squeeze your beautiful face.
Yeah. All of you.
All of you. That's right.
Squish the heck out of you. So check out, go onto our website, equineconnection.ca. You can contact us through there as well, or through Facebook, and we can give you even more deets on this. But how much is the Family Herd worth again?
$697. And I always said that too.
I know. I'm trying to say it again.
Oh, were you? I thought her brain was actually leaving like my brain.
Because
my brain does.
I'm trying to make it exciting again.
So if you do message me, say, Carrie, you just had a live this morning. And this is what you said this morning, so I can help my brain.
And then she'll look at me. Did I say
that? Anywho,
remember,
you are a life changer. We totally believe in you. You are on our island, on our boat. You are everywhere with us. Let's stick together. Let's be kind. Let's use beautiful words. Let's help each other through this horrendous time. People for people, because we're all about the peeps.
Yeah.
Pound it, sister. Pound it, everybody.
And all the horses, of course.
Of course. Even our dogs and cats. We need them so badly.